Today we found this amazing Our Generation horse on Craigslist. Apparently it has, you can see kind of some sticky residue here we're gonna have to clean up. And this little fella used to be black. He's been spray painted a silver gray, but that's okay. We kind of like it. So we're going to have to do a little clean on his saddle. We're gonna have to figure out, we may do some fun customizing on his mane. And if you'll notice, he's missing some color in his eyes. So we're also gonna attempt to give him some sparkly, pretty eyes to go along with his new color that they gave him. He's got some little cleaning that he has to do on his hooves and his legs, and here's his tail. It looks like it might have been cut a little short, but a lot of times for the show horses, they do cut their tails a little bit shorter, but he does have a nice braid on there. So this is the new addition to the collection, and come along with us as we give him from found to rescued. Okay, you can see I've already started. I got a magic eraser, and we're gonna just clean up this fella's saddle a bit. These magic erasers are great for not having to scrub too hard or use any type of like chemical or anything. The only thing that you really kind of need to be careful about is removing paint. You don't want to, especially like if you were cleaning a doll's skin or their face. And so we're just gonna kind of work on giving this a good scrub and making it look better. And you see this fella's nose? He's got some, let's see if I can move him up there. He's got some sticky on his, what would you call that? Snout? Anyway, we'll call it his nose. Anyway, we're gonna try to work and get some of that off and get him all cleaned up. And then we're gonna work on giving his eyes some color. Much better. Doesn't look quite so dirty. He's gone to the groomer and he is looking much more presentable and ready for his big show. So then we're going to take some, we'll keep wiping on him, and then we're going to take some color and try to add into his eyes to give his eyes a little more definition and give him a little spirit. Okay, so we have his muzzle all cleaned up. Looks much better. We've cleaned up his hoofs, and they look much better. And we're going to try to give a little color into his ears and his nostril and give some paint to his eyes. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of these chalk pastels that I kind of graded into here, and I'm going to tint the ears and the nose just as a little bit of guideline as to what I want to happen. It's going to be kind of more of a soft color, because sometimes the paints can get a little harsh in their color. And so we're going to just kind of color in those areas a little bit and pull that off and color in the ears a little bit. And see if we can't give that a soft color to go by. And then I'm going to use some different paints that I have put onto a palette here. A horse's eye generally is a brown and a black. And so I've got some little tiny paint brushes, and we're going to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint his whole eyeball first in one of the darker browns. So my brush is a little wet, And I'm going to take some of that, load my brush, and then I'm going to paint his eyeball all brown, and then we'll start adding in some other color and add in his pupil as we go, and paint his eyelid too. So I'm going to paint that brown, and then I'm going to take a little bit of black. I'm going to get a smaller brush. I'm going to use a smaller one, not the tiniest ones, but one that's a little bit small left. I'm going to load my brush. And a horse's pupil is generally more, instead of ours, how ours is round, his is more of a kind of a rectangle. And so we're going to put that in place first, and we'll continue to darken as we go. And then I'm going to darken the top of his eye up here and bring it down right under the hood of his lid. And then I will add some more paint and we will define his pupil a little bit more. So we will rinse out our brush here in some water, tap it off, and then I'm going to take the finer brush and I am going to highlight his lid in a lighter brown, and we'll use, let's see, I'm going to use a little bit of this one. This is burnt sienna. Sorry, I had the paintbrush in my mouth. Just put a little bit of that out, and we're going to just ever so slightly, we're going to finally go over his top lid with the lighter brown. And then I'm going to take the black again with this fine brush, and I'm going to do his bottom lid. Then I'm going to rinse my brush out. And I'm going to try to let that dry for just a little bit, and then we'll come in and we'll put a little bit of a sparkle into his eye, and we're going to work on his nostril a little bit here. And we're going to first we'll start with the black, and we'll come back with a little bit of white to give it a little bit of a highlight where the sun would be catching it. There's his nostril. It's looking pretty good. Looking like it has a little more detail to it. And then we're going to go after his ears a little bit here. We're going to put a little bit of the, really want my brush to leave it on this. Put a little bit of the dark. And then we're going to take, rinse the brush, and take a little bit of the white, diluted, and we're going to touch the tips of his ears and try to give him a little bit of highlights as to the peaks and where the light gets on him. So we've got that, and then I'm going to take a more concentrated bit of the white to make the little sparkle in his eye. And you don't want to give him too much because you don't want him to make him look like he's got cataracts. You know, if a horse's eyes get kind of glazy, it makes it look like he doesn't see as clearly. And then we're going to rinse our brush, and we're going to take a little bit of a bright blue, and we're going to tap the edges of that sparkle that we gave him to give it a little more ability to look like it's a reflection in his eye. And So let's see if we can really show that reflection. And now we're going to take a little bit of the white again, and we're going to put just some little bit of highlights where it would be like the folds in his eyes, or we're going to put a little bit in, just tap within the eye, and then we're going to put just a little bit, ever so slightly, just whisk some white to show some folds in his eye underneath. Okay, so as you do it, don't feel bad about going in and painting over some spots, giving it some final detail, and then you do the other side, which is what I have done here. So we have his ears done, and you can see the definition in those, his nostrils, and then his eyes, which gives him some really nice detail, sparkle, which puts some more definition into his face. After I finished the painting, I gave him a real quick seal with a clear coat, and it just gave a little more definition to the paint and to his eyes. So, and that will help protect against scratches and marring. So there he is. For a found and rescued fella, he now is going to start joining the doll collection. So there's our collection for now, and we hope you learned something and want to go out and find and rescue your own.